Okay, we're going to look at Katy's butterfly. Good start. I like how easy you make butterfly, and that's because you do a real good job with the hips. One thing I'd like to see though is we got to work more on the breathing. As you can see, when you're doing the breathing, you're coming straight up, and what's happening is the hips and the legs are sinking. So now this is when you're changing your stroke. You're having to bring the arms up and over, and what's happening is that's creating a different pattern, and it's also changing our timing. So remember, we want to just make little half circles with our arms. We just want to make it easy for our arms and our shoulders. And you can see you're doing a pretty good job there. You want to have the hands out just a little bit more, and as they enter, now I want to push the hands flat. Get the hips up just a little bit more. Don't kick so much from the knee. A good timing drill is the drill we did where you put the arms out in front and you do 2 kicks with the arms out in front, and on the 3rd kick you do an actual full stroke. But I think you've done a good job of changing the body position. This was filmed at the beginning of the week, and there's been a big change that you've had. As you can see here, you're kind of looking towards the wall, towards who's on the standing on the deck. Remember, you want to be more at an angle, you want to be looking more down at an angle, and that's going to keep everything rolling and moving forward. There's some easy stroke right there, and that's good, but we got to fix when we go to breathe, and that's just a timing issue, which I think is just going to take some work. You've made great improvements. Keep up the good work. Okay, we're going to look at Katy's butterfly. Good, solid dolphin kicks there, but we want to bring those arms in next to the head, keep the head down more, and get those elbows straight. We don't want to bend those elbows there. We want to get a tight streamline off that start. That's really important, especially on fly. One thing we talked about this week was the head position. You can see the chin is almost in next to the neck. We want to make sure that the head is more in line with the body and have that kind of ski jump mentality, kind of what we were talking about. The other thing is, don't want to bend the knee as much, and that's one thing that I would encourage you to watch, is just how much am I bending the knee, making sure that the kick is coming more from the hips, and we talked about that quite a bit. As you can see there, with those knees bent so far, the hips are down, and then when the hips are down, now my head's going straight up and my body's down. So now my arms are going to have a lot more pressure on them, and it's going to create a lot more stress on my shoulders, and that's going to make for a more difficult butterfly as we get into like a 200 fly especially. Again, tight streamline is what we're looking for. Remember, just bring the head up barely. When we want to breathe, we just push the chin up and we come towards the surface. You're coming really far on each stroke underwater, so now I got to come all the way back up, and that's making a lot more stress on my arms and shoulders. Just make half circles there with the arms in the recovery, and if we're kicking more from the hip, you can see there the hips and the legs are down. It's creating more stress on the shoulders and to get the stroke moving forward. But I think you made great improvement this week in the stuff that we talked about, and I included on this video. Just keep up the good work, and hope to see you again next year.